I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Ha Rakah Kwadash, double honors unto our apostle elders which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abababo. This is Ephesians 2, verse 1. It says, "And you hath he quickened, and were quickened by the Holy Spirit, who were dead in trespasses and sins," right? Which the Israelites were dead in trespasses and sins, which once again he wrote this epistle to the Ephesians, the Israelites in Ephesus, which were known as Ephesians. And it was Apostle Paul, an apostle of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which this word is still true today. All right. It says in Ephesians 2, verse 2, "Where in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, which we were in the ways of the heathen, according to the prince of power of the air, Satan, the spirit that now worketh in the sons of disobedience," right? So that spirit of Satan, or that spirit of Antichrist, has been on the earth forever, right? Going against the spirit of light, the truth, all right? It says, "Among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lusts of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the sons of wrath, even as others, which we were deserving of death. But Yahweh our power, through his Son Yahweh Shai, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, the Israelites," even, I'll show you that right now. Romans 9, verse 13, "As it is written," where is it written? In the Old Testament, "Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated." So let's go to Malachi 1, verse 1. Yep, that's the one. I just started at 1. It says, "The burden of the word of Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith Yahweh, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?" Because of the hardship that the Israelites had to suffer, that's why they're disobedient. Who was that I just saw? Aries Spears. He said that he don't believe in God because all the hardships on earth, right? So that's the mindset of these Jake under Esau. Jacob being the Israelite, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian. And for the most part, they're going to be destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Only a remnant will be saved. Esau is the so-called white race, the red devil the Bible speaks of. It says, "Wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness." The future of Esau is cursed. They're going to be made extinct, and their kingdom is going to be a desert, which is America. Whereas Edom saith, "We are impoverished," and you can see that in real time when you watch them speak. They'll start with that they're suffering, but we will return and build the desolate places, right? But they have the authority to destroy and then go rebuild desolate places like Gaza, right? They just take it with the sword. That's Esau, the so-called white race, the red devil the Bible speaks of. "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, And they shall call them the border of wickedness, which all wickedness comes out of this so-called white race, the red devil the Bible speaks of. And the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. So he has a righteous hatred for the so-called white race. And that's why they look like they do. The Lord doesn't love them. It says, and your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. You got Israelites all over the world standing up upon their feet, telling you in person and on live that we are the Israelites, which it was prophesied it happened this way. Romans 9, verse 26. It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, right? They call us Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They don't call us Israelites. They're starting to, because they see us on the corners preaching. It says, there shall they be called the sons of the living power, which I've seen it myself. I've experienced it, where everybody, it could be an Edomite, it could be a Jake, it could be, I even seen Arabs that were here in college, right? They're only coming here to go to college, and they were like, hey, you're the Israelites, right? And some will talk with you and question, and, and some won't, they'll just hiss at you, right? But the elect are going to be saved, a remnant of Israel, male and female, starting with an elect group of men that the Lord gave us the prophecy of us coming back. Isaiah 1 and 26. It says, and I will restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. So we're going into what is right, which is these scriptures, and the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together. So the Lord's going to punish the wicked and them that do wickedly by fire. And they that forsake Yahweh shall be consumed. The Israelites that reject the truth, they're going to be destroyed in the lake of fire with the heathen. All right? Which this is what we're telling you. It says in Obadiah 1, verse 21, and saviors shall come up on Mount Zion, the elect, to judge the mount of Esau, which we're prophesying, and the kingdom shall be Yahweh's. They'll be Israelites. They'll be condemning Esau, and they're going to, once again, come out of the Mount of Zion, the nation of Israel. All right? And Yahweh is putting us the spirit to stand upon our feet and preach the downfall of our enemy boldly in their faces. Right? Which, like I said, I've been going to camp for years, and there's truth, and I've seen it with my own eyes. You got Edomite scholars that come out and visit us, and they leave upset, sad, because no matter how much they know about these things, they can't change them. All right? It is what it is. It's as it is written. Now, I want 2 Esdras 16, verse 1. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. So what's in between Egypt and Syria on the continent of Asia? It's the land of Israel. All right? Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And as it says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and the land of Israel. Right? You're going to have to suffer a great judgment because the Israelites have been exiled out of that land. So now you have counterfeits, bastards, Edomites that are in that land, right? And then Babylon, you have the Israelites in captivity in America under the so-called white man, which this is Edom's kingdom. America is named after Amerigo, an Edomite, which this place is a place of bitterness, right? Against who? Against the Israelite, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian, which been scattered throughout the world in slavery. Even the president himself put up an image of manifest destiny, which shows that he wants to come down with wrath with the sword because he knoweth that he had but a short time, right? Because they're going to go into slavery under the Israelite and then eventually extinction, all right? At the fall of their kingdom, America, which is known as Babylon the Great, which it's going to fall like lightning one day, 1 hour by nuclear destruction. And their allies and their enemies, NATO nations and BRIC nations, will be the ones shooting the nuclear missiles on America, and as well as UN nations. All right, they're all confederate against this whore because this whore has made the world confederate against the Israelites, starting with the elect. They have weaponized the world against us, so the world itself is going to devour them. And when Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to dissolve their armies, and their city shall be destroyed. Shalom to the elect, wa abababam.